You stood by the door like you forgot something. Your hand on the handle, not turning it yet. I thought it was nothing, just one of those pauses. But now I think you were waiting for a reason to stay. We didn't talk much, just small things, half sentences that never finished. You looked around like you were memorizing, and I didn't notice what that meant. Now it comes back slowly, just pieces. The way you stay quiet without asking for anything. It wasn't a moment I knew to keep, but somehow I did. There was a space between us, not far, like something almost happening, but neither of us moving. I thought there was time for whatever this was, like it would still be there the next day. But you left in the same quiet way. No change in your voice, just a small nod. The door closed softer than usual, and I didn't follow, didn't ask you to stay, because nothing felt finished. But now it stays in a way I didn't choose. Sometimes I think if I had said something, you might have turned back. But maybe you already knew I wouldn't. I tried to replace you sooner than I should have. Sat across from someone new and pretended it felt normal. They laughed at the right parts, said all the right things, but I kept noticing what wasn't there. I watched the way they moved, the way they spoke, waiting for something to feel familiar, but it never landed, never stayed, just passed through like it didn't belong. I wasn't missing something new, I was missing you. That's what I didn't want to say, so I kept sitting there, acting like it worked when it didn't even come close. I tried again after that, different place, different face, same quiet feeling halfway through, like I already knew how it would end before anything even started. It wasn't them, it was the space you left. Nothing fit into it right, no matter how similar it looked, no matter how much I tried. I wasn't looking for them, I was looking for you and them, and that's why it never worked. I kept comparing without meaning to, but I did. is gone. It's always late when it shows up again. Not strong enough to stop me, just enough to stay. I don't go looking for it, but it finds its way in through the quiet parts of doing nothing. The room feels the same. Nothing really changed, but something shifts without asking. Like a thought I didn't start, but somehow keep following. I thought I moved on, and maybe I did, but not completely. It doesn't hurt like before, it just lingers longer than it should. I don't say your name, not even in my head, but it's there in the way I pause, in the space between things I don't feel anymore. I used to fight it, try to shut it out. Now I just let it pass, because it always does. Eventually I thought it was over, but it's just quieter now. Less sharp but still around. It comes and goes without warning, like it knows when everything else stops. And maybe that's enough. Not gone, just not loud anymore. I saw you the other day, not in person, just online. You looked fine, like nothing stayed from what we had. Same smile, same way you stood, like it didn't leave a mark. And I hated how easy it looked. I tried not to stare too long, but I did. Checked again, like something might change if I looked twice, but it didn't. You were already somewhere else, and it showed. You moved on faster than I did. That's the part I didn't expect. I thought we'd carry it the same way, but I guess I was wrong. I'm still here in the same quiet spaces where it all still feels a little unfinished, and you're out there like it closed properly, like it made sense. It makes me question what it was for you, if it stayed at all, or if it ended right when it ended, and that was it. You moved on faster than I did, like it didn't weigh the same, like I held on to something you already dropped without thinking twice. I think that's what gets to me. Not that it's over, but that it ended for you before it did for me. You left things open, just enough for me to stay. No clear line, no real goodbye, just silence that felt like a pause. You said things that sounded like closure, but didn't land that way. Left space for me to keep guessing what you meant and what you didn't say. You didn't end it, you just stepped away, and I stayed there longer than I should have, trying to understand something you already left behind. I kept replaying every small detail, thinking I missed something, like there was a version of this where it made sense if I just looked hard enough. But the truth is simple, you were already done. You just didn't say it in a way I could accept. So I held on to it long after it was over. You didn't end it, not really. You made it quiet instead of clear, and I stayed filling in the blanks like it was mine to finish, but it wasn't. And I see that now there's nothing